Hey guys, welcome back to some more Arena FPS news. First up, we're going to be having a look at the new Telos HUD, which has been shown off by the developer, and it's looking good. What are your initial thoughts there?
Yeah, there's a lot left to go in. So
Yeah.
there's like big chunks of it that say there will be a big preview of your character here, or there will be art for this button here and stuff like that. But the general gist of it looks nice.
Yeah, it's again. I think I said this last week about the UT one, where it was the information was centered in the center of the screen, which is definitely a phrase. The same things go on here, where it's kind of like the speed in the bottom, middle, and then you've got the like the time at the top, and it's all kind of in the happy area, which I quite like.
Yeah, it's quite minimal. It's got your speed at the bottom. I think that's your health at the bottom down there as well.
Yeah. Is it, or is the firewall? Or maybe the firewall is like a team-based objective.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. So
okay.
I think lots of the things in here are hints as to what Telos is going to be like. I don't want to speculate too much because the developer might just be thinking, "God, no, that's nothing like what it's going to be like." But
yeah. But what's the point of life if you can't speculate wildly about things you have no idea about?
Exactly. So in the loadout bit, there's a little section
Yes.
where you seem to be able to purchase attack, damage, speed, and defense, which I imagine is armor or resistance or something.
Yeah.
You might. I'm not sure if you purchase that for your base based on the primary firewall thing at the top, but maybe it's something like a MOBA in that when you kill people, you get some money and you can make yourself a bit beefier or deal more damage or something.
Yeah, it might even be like a Jedi Knight system where you have so many points your character has, and you can divide them however you want between certain like skills or stats at the beginning. So maybe everyone starts off with 500 points, and then they can put those points into various skills. So everyone kind of has their own slightly unique way of playing, I guess.
Yeah, and it's stage 1, 2, 3. So I imagine by late game, end game, you're going to be in stage 3. And with these loadouts, I'm not sure if there's something your character is going to already have before the game started, or if it's something that, as the game goes on, you can buy more items or something and then equip them in the game when you die or whatever. But either way, it's going to have something more than just what Quake and UT have. It's going to have something crazy.
Yeah, and with a lot of these kind of games, I might be against the idea of class-based system, but actually the way Telos is set up, it actually suits that style of gameplay a little bit more, because it's more kind of, it's not so traditional.
Yeah,
it's doing something a bit different.
I find it hard to be against anything against that Telos is doing, just because everything's so out there and mental and brand new that I don't know if it's going to be good or not yet. So
I'm sure it's one of those things that you can have maybe like a vanilla game mode where everyone just has the same stuff, and a loadout game mode where you can define loadouts. So
yeah, so we'll have to wait and see what he says, what is actually going to happen.
Yep.
What's next?
Next is Toxikk.
Yep.
So they've announced on this 22nd of January 2015, we're talking now, there's going to be early access, I guess.
Yeah, it's the third one. The third game to hit early access. Probably the second one to hit early access with actual like textures and things like that.
Yeah. So wait, isn't it more games? We've got Reborn, Reflex.
Well, it's
UT.
not in early access. That's like super early.
I guess so. It depends how you define all these kind of.
It's the third game on Steam.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we can go with that.
So that's coming out 22nd of January 2015. You can already buy access for that. I bought mine months ago.
Yeah.
So, and I think they're still selling it until the 10th. I think that's what they said.
Okay. The 10th of
January.
Okay.
So
well, it won't be December because we're way past the 10th of December now.
So it's what, like 15 quid or something for one beta access for one person. You can buy multi-packs for more people and stuff like that.
Yeah, it seems to be a little bit similar to the like Kickstarter model, where you can get different levels of packages, right? Am I right? That's what I'm looking at on the screen right now.
Yeah, basically, yeah. It's
like
Kickstarter where you can't fail.
First Blood package, which is like $5, Hedgehog package, which is 15, etc., etc.
Yeah, I think the Hedgehog one's the one I got. So.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what it's going to be like. So I imagine the servers are going to be stonking full on 22nd, and we'll see if they stay that way.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to sign up and give it a try.
Yeah. I'll probably spend the majority of the day seeing if I enjoy it or not.
Yeah.
Seeing what's good, what's bad.
But I think that's pretty much all there is to say on that. It's kind of a news of about an announcement, but it's good to see like more games are getting to that stage where you can really try them out. A lot of these games like you can't even test. It's hard to say exactly what they're going to be like until you
Lots of them you can try out, but it's still so early that it's barely even trying them out. So this is one of the more developed games out there.
Yeah. So next, I think we're going to be looking at Reflex update.
Yeah. So this was yesterday. They announced this. Well, yesterday at the time of recording. God knows when it will actually be.
Yeah.
Update number 0.29.
Yep.
So they added some arena game modes, which is basically CA, but it's got like a 1v1 CA, free-for-all CA, TDM CA, where you have 150 armor, 100 health.
Yep.
And so you can play in all those game modes, which is, I imagine, it's going to be very popular given how popular CA is in Quake.
Yeah. I mean, Clan Arena is just
Clan Arena.
It's a really good game mode. Can't go wrong with it. And I think a lot. I personally much prefer it over game modes where they're multiplayer, but you have pickups, because with the like free for all or team deathmatch, a lot of it's due to kind of whoever can pick up stuff. You can't really properly control the map when it's not a 1v1, so it just turns into a bit of a cluster.
You just pissed off a lot of people.
Well, that's fine. I don't care. But
no, I think I play CA before I play anything else on Quake, just to ease in my aim and stuff like that, and get back into it. Otherwise, I'm just too shaky.
Yeah.
So I'll always be thankful that it's there.
Yeah.
They also implemented some spectator features, which is good because people have been itching to do tournaments, but no one really could, because you couldn't spectate anyone.
Yeah.
Back when it first went public, the spectating would be you'd be a flying character, flying to the top of maps so that you wouldn't be in the way of anyone and you'd be watching them play.
Yeah.
But now they've actually got a first-person spectator mode, so that'd be good.
That'd be good for, yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be good for tournaments. You
Yeah.
can't really do stream tournaments without something like that. And just in general, like I think this is the third week on a row they've done a update now, so it's quite.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. So.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to push out regular content updates, which is nice.
And maybe the best update they've done is that config files will not overwrite now when they release an update.
Yeah, that was a pain having to
Yeah.
redo all the bindings every week.
So that'll be nice. I think that's about it. There's a few more changes in there, but those are the major ones.
Yep.
So the Wickland ESL New Games Cup is underway. They had the first qualifiers last week. I think it was Saturday, although that's probably wrong. They had a bugger of players playing a bugger of dual maps.
Yeah.
It was it was a bit sketchy in terms of planning and stuff. It was hard for the streamer to know who was dueling and when, and to find all the servers and stuff. But the general gist of it was that a chap named Ursus was destroying everyone in his path, and he got straight to the finals of that qualifier. Noctis was in there and he did the same thing, destroyed lots of people. The only problem was that the games were a best of one.
Yeah.
So if you had a bad spawn and everything kind of got screwed up, then it didn't go well, and that is exactly what happened in the grand final.
Yeah, I feel like it's a game that best of threes were really necessary, and best of fives would be nice for like finals, and you know.
So the next one's happening tomorrow, as of this recording, but probably today, as of you watching, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's. I think Ash is in this one. They wanted to do the 125 FPS Cup as well for Quake Live, but I'm not sure if he's doing both. But Ash will be in there. And the top prize is a 144 hertz monitor. There's a second prize, which is an SSD. A third prize, which is, I don't know what it is, a keyboard or something.
Yeah, and it's pretty good that they're decent prizes and not just kind of like, here's a £5 book voucher to your favourite bookstore. And they're decent prizes, and it's like a legit cup. It's not just like no one signed up. I mean,
it's a prize for every qualifier as well.
Yeah.
So 4 people qualified last time, which was Noctis, Jenks, Ursus, and someone else. I think it's Juju.
Okay.
4 people qualified this time. 4 people qualify in the third qualifier. 4 people qualify in the fourth qualifier, and then there'll be a playoffs and the grand final and all that stuff. So there's lots more prizes to be had, I think.
Yep. And in more Wickland news, there's been a patch, which was on December the 17th.
Yeah, so it's only a little one, but it's got some good stuff in there. So they fixed Didrik's rate of fire and explosion radius.
Yeah.
Which is good. He's the grenade launcher monster. And before he could just spam grenades really quickly and they'd deal devastating sorts of damage.
Yeah. I think even now it might need a little bit of tweaking.
But it's been sorted out a little bit.
Yeah.
And they've added a little countdown so you can assess your spawn.
Yeah. So the way it works is you see your spawn when you load into the map, and you can kind of have a look around for 10 seconds. You get a timer, countdown timer, and then you can go.
Yeah, which is a big thing, because when you spawn in Wickland, what you do in that first maybe 20 seconds has a huge effect on how you fare for the rest of the duel.
Yeah.
If you have a bad spawn, you make some bad decisions at the start, then you're playing catch up then.
Yeah. Or even you just lose outright. It's very possible.
Yeah.
Kind of just.
So this lets you see where you're spawning, plan which items you're going to pick up and stuff, and then it's a lot better this way.
Yep. Cool. And finally, Reborn updates. So Reborn's been a bit quiet for quite some time. The alpha or pre-alpha or whatever you want to call it was released in the summer sometime. I think June or July. I want to say.
Too long ago. Yeah,
quite a long time ago, and there's kind of been off the radar in terms of information and updates for quite some time. But recently, James Too Good Harding has graced us with some more information. So if you wanna,
so he was on a Dota stream, and I think enough people in chat were pestering him that he thought he'd have a chat about Reborn. So it seems like lots of stuff has happened under the radar without him telling anyone about it. Let's see. He's got 6 weapons now that he's planning on figuring out the kinks for, that he's introducing into the game, and I think he said he's just going to stick with 6. He doesn't want to cluster the game up with too many guns.
Yeah.
And the guns seem to have quite a lot of utility, so they make up for it.
Yeah.
So,
and a couple of the gun designs sound very much utility focused, which is interesting.
So just a quick recap of what he said, because it's quite a long bit of talking. But he's got a machine gun, a shotgun, a rocket launcher, a Tesla gun, a gravity gun, and a sniper.
Yep.
The machine gun would work like a chain gun, where the longer you hold down mouse 1, the more damage it does. I think it's got sorry, not more damage, more bullets.
The rate of fire, yeah.
I think it's got a few other little quirks to it as well. He's got a shotgun, which I believe if you hold mouse 1, it will charge up to 3 different stages.
Yep.
Stage 1 it will fire 1 barrel, stage 2 it will fire 2 barrels, stage 3 it will fire 3 barrels. And it said it has some kickback with that as well, so you can implement that into trick jumping or something. The rocket launcher is apparently not changing too much. I know in the pre-alpha he's got something where you can have an inverted radius as opposed to an outverted. I don't think that's a word.
No.
But a shot that
implosion, I think is the word you're looking for. That kind of pulls you towards the centre of the projectile.
I don't know if that's still there or not, because he said he didn't mention it in this video, and he said he's not planning to change the rocket launcher too much, which I think will make a lot of people happy.
Yeah.
The Tesla gun. This is the first one that's quite new. It's sounding like it's a combination between a lightning gun and a plasma gun. So it's basically like firing a lightning gun and a plasma gun at the same time. So if you were to turn your mouse 90 degrees while firing, the plasma bullets would spray off and and travel in the different directions they were pointing at when they were fired, but the lightning beam would be fixed to your mouse. It's supposed to work like that, but the lightning gun, I don't think he said it does any damage. So the beam will push people back quite a lot, more than in Quake, and the Tesla bullets or the little balls will fire at them to do damage to them. So I think you're supposed to lock them down with the beam and then hit them with the bullets. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but it's definitely one that we're going to have to play and have and have explained to us while you're actually playing with it, as opposed to have it told to you and you can't see it.
It sounds adventurous, very different, and I'm not sure how easy it's going to be to like balance something like that, because I feel like it could be very powerful or very underwhelming, and very like there might be a lot of having to play around with the rate of fire and the amount of damage each ball does. But it's cool, it's going like in different directions with the guns rather than just doing plasma gun, lightning gun, rocket launcher, etc., etc. Like traditional.
And I like the fact that he's doing 6 guns as well.
Yeah.
He's got a gravity gun in there, which how's that work? It says if you hold mouse 2, I believe, it will start charging.
Yeah.
And then if you press mouse 1, it will release the charge as like this ball of energy, and you can suck the ball back in with mouse 2 again, or you can fire it to. I suppose it deals damage to enemies. I think you can also catch grenades with it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the utility is for that. I'm not sure how often that's going to be useful. I don't know why you'd be charging and firing plasma balls at people when you have a rocket launcher or whatever. So
yeah, I mean, similar to the Gatling gun, I think it was called, and the charge up shotgun. A lot of these guns have kind of charge up mechanics, which might slow the pace of the game down a bit.
But they might do if they're useless without charging them, which I don't think he intends them to be.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something to do where you can just use them normally, or you can do some pre-planning and some risky decision making to do even more damage. So maybe it will be good, maybe it will be bad.
Hopefully it won't make camping too powerful, like holding a position and just like trying to stop people from entering certain areas of the map.
Just charging shotguns, teleporters or whatever. The last one is a sniper, which again has a charging mechanic. So I think he said 75 damage with a regular shot, 150 with a charge shot.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means in the context of Reborn, but 150 damage sounds like a lot.
Yeah, he was saying that as you charge, it makes more sound. So it would be easier to pick up where the person is on the map who's charging it. But again, charged up sniper rifles, it could lead to kind of camping mechanics. And this is all very much speculative at the moment. But
yeah, it's one of those things where he knows what he means more than we do, because we're just listening to him sort of have a little chat about it. So he might mean something way cooler than we're thinking. I think it does sound cool anyway. I'm willing to try all this out, and I think the idea of planning in advance and preparing something, like preparing a shot, it adds quite a fun risk-reward factor.
Yeah.
Rather than just having everything be reaction based.
I mean, it'll change team game dynamics quite substantially, I would imagine.
Yeah, like imagine boosting someone with a shotgun that's charged 3 times or something.
Yeah. So
I think it's good. Apparently, Lots is gonna. Well, I say apparently. This is probably about as speculative as it gets, but it seems like shit's about to kick off with Reborn a little bit.
Yeah. Hopefully, in the new year we'll be able to kind of get some more major updates and give you some more information on that.
Visuals and stuff. So
yeah.
Apparently, the dev Firefrog is planning to go to Sweden in the next few days to be there with James to work on the game under his watchful supervision.
I'm sure. Yeah, but it's good just to get an update on the game. It's been quite a long time, and
yeah, it's nice knowing that they've done things.
Yeah,
we haven't known about it, but they've done lots.
Yep. I think that pretty much wraps up the Reborn news.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Brilliant. So I think that pretty much wraps us up for the week. Is there anything else you need to add, or?
Nope, I think that's about it.
Cool. Thanks for listening. We'll have some more news for you shortly. And have a wonderful week.